My name is Evance Morra from the Polytechnic Students Union, which is the president. The Polytechnic is a constituent college of the University of Malawi. The University of Malawi has got 5 constituent colleges: Polytechnic Chancellor College, Bunda College of Agriculture, Kamuzu College of Nursing, and of course the College of Medicine.
And I am Sarai Changalusa. I'm the Director for Health and Sanitation at the Polytechnic. So there are many issues that are being faced by the students at Polytechnic, and I think the greatest challenge that we are facing currently is a lack of resources. Basically, if you talk about the amount of books in the library, and so that's a major problem because most students have to rely on internet in order to get access to materials for their courses, and I think that's a major challenge. And there are also other challenges.
In addition, the access to internet itself is not all that good because our internet is very slow. We don't have a great bandwidth in Malawi, so we kind of have to spend a lot of time on the internet, and you have to pay because most of the times we access the internet in cafes. The other challenge that students in Malawi are facing is the infrastructure itself is not all that good because most of the buildings that we use were built a long time ago, and it's really difficult because they haven't been maintained. But we do understand because of that is happening due to lack of funding that could enable our management to maintain the buildings that we have. So that's also another challenge that we face as students. The other thing is the poverty levels in Malawi is leading to a number of people not attending tertiary education, so that's also another challenge. And the current situation is that the University of Malawi it's the only reliable institution in the country. It's the only public. We have 2 public universities, the University of Malawi and Mzuzu University, but a lot of students would prefer to go through the University of Malawi. So the University of Malawi has got limitations in as far as admission of students is concerned, because each and every year they select students based on bed space. So the bed space that we have in the university is very minimal, and there are a few students who are selected each year. Like last year we had about 1,150 students selected, but now the government in conjunction with the University Council have changed the selection criteria. They are now selecting students based on classroom space, so at least the intake has been increased this time around. So from next year, all the students in first year will be non-residential students. Now the burden on this kind of criteria is that since it's new, the first year students have to find their own accommodation. But from what we've seen from the UK here, I think we'll kind of try to work with the government to propose that those who will be given a chance on campus should be the first year students. So the priority should be given to the first year students, and then the continuing students should be the ones finding their own accommodation, because by then everybody is familiar with the cities where our universities are located in.
And there's also another important issue, like the issue pertaining to HIV and AIDS. That's one of the greatest issues that as a union at Polytechnic we're trying to help the government of Malawi, knowing that the prevalence rate of HIV and AIDS is very high in Malawi. There are a number of activities that we do. For instance, we have 2 societies. One of them is a club we call the Anti-AIDS Club. The members of the club meet on a weekly basis and they discuss issues about HIV and AIDS. But we also have what we call the Peer Educators Association. This was initiated by the National AIDS Commission called NAC. They had a training program. They came and trained a group of students who we call the peer educators, and as peer educators we learn various activities to teach our fellow students about issues pertaining to HIV and AIDS. We are very glad that participation rate of the students is very high. When we have activities and we advertise for them, students come, and we are also very glad that National AIDS Commission is trying so hard to give us the support, like financial support. We also get support from the university, our college staff. We have 3 members of staff that are also members of the Peer Educators Association.
Yeah, in terms of students' involvement in the activities of the union, we don't have much problems in that, because a number of students, and all the students are eager and willing to participate in whatever events the union is doing. Like in the previous elections from which we were elected into these offices, we had a 90% turnout, so that was really something that we should recommend our fellow friends from the University of Malawi, because I've seen that not that much is done here in the UK. We hear of 12% turnout, so we really are at an upper hand advantage in terms of students' participation in the events of the union.
But there is a lot that we have learned from students here. Basically, I'd say how involved they are in trying to improve their education, the participation, and that's something that we also need to work on. And also, you talk about issues like what was that? Because we have been to NUS Scotland, and we also had a meeting with NUS here, and how they conduct their meetings and how organized they are, and they also try so hard, like because we receive funding from the university, that's the only money that we get, and we try to get some of the money for activities from other companies. But we have also seen that they conduct like businesses in which they try to raise funds for their activities. That's something also we have learned that we want to take back home.